he's in meta like that.
Yeah, I don't think he's in meta like that as well. Man, I'm really surprised that they went for the CC here. To me, it doesn't make sense because now you basically don't scale at all. This Arlet comes for free. You can basically punish all the melee heroes. Hayabusa for the side of TL, interesting. I would have imagined that they would have gone for a different jungler, but I guess this works.
I get it. Again, the last good utility is Baratz. You just totally dodge it and play to try and kill that Harley, try and find that Eve when she's done with the RWM. The Lance is just gonna find it really hard, might even die to Deadly Magics.
I almost want to see a Minotaur here, just make it so that TL fight and then you just fight back. Like counter engage instead of super engaging. Maybe hope the Harley can bait a few things out.
I don't know, the final match is different. This is interesting.
I mean, here's the thing. I play Kaja, and this matchup where you think you can get the Claude, but
Ladies and gentlemen, this could be the end of the line for Aurora Gaming. Everything in this game to equalize 2-2 would take us to game number 5. So they had to pull in all of the stops. They had to go for the risky plays, and now the risky drafts.
Yeah. Literally pull in opponents because they went in for the Kaja, which
Whip.
It is. But yeah, I do agree. I kind of miss seeing it too, but in this scenario, I might be a bit more iffy towards it because there are just so many people who could stand in front of you, and by the time you use your Divine Judgment, can still get away safely. That's the Arlot, that's the Khalid. It's a quick stand guard and the Vengeance.
I think we really got to keep our eyes on TNZ this match. I know that all of these picks look crazy, but for Aurora Gaming, they want to look for early game pickoffs. That's what they've always done. Once Pago hits level 4, it might not be as defensive, like trying to catch Kaltizi when it comes in or trying to catch Oheb. It might be a much more aggressive Kaja here, looking to bring people back and keep our eyes on TNZ in those off lanes, looking for quick ganks.
I love the fact that Pago always goes, pull yourselves together, dude. He's so confident in himself. He's so confident he'll be able to go for those pickoffs.
Yeah. So we might see him not being as hesitant whenever he tries to go for those Divine Judgments, and even those flicker surprises, because I think that's what's gonna really trigger a lot of the battle spells from Team Liquid, so TNC could be a bit more free to deal with the burst damage, because he's gonna be the main source of that at this point. You can't really expect to get much from your sides just yet. And now they're really trying to look for potential ways that they could make his presence felt, but Oheb, I feel, is a bit too careful in the laning too, and we've seen how disciplined he played this Claude even in the previous game.
Yeah. I think, in a way, the Kaja pick actually kind of ruined a bit of what I was expecting. I thought, again, I had a similar opinion to Lafel. I thought it was going to be a Minotaur, a hard CC hero to come in as Rogue, because I thought you would want to put TL onto more Purify so that your crazy poke, the assassin threat from TNZ could be more. Now it's that up top.
Magic on Oheb. Oheb might not be able to get away from this one. He's gonna live though. The Deadly Magic wasn't enough. TNZ wants to try to finish it, but he goes too deep and he's taken out. First blood over to Sanji.
Sanji just literally followed him with the Lantern Flares, and he had no other way to get out. The Space Escape was already used just to pour out the damage for the Deadly Magic. But you understand why Aurora Gaming wanted that kill on Oheb so badly. It's just that it was a bit too desperate of an attempt.
Uh-oh. Siggy Boom. Flickers out. Kaltizi. Okay, doesn't get the quad shadow. It's all G. But yeah, again, right? Like, everybody has Flicker. And again, because Oheb, imagine if they had a hard CC, kind of like a, let's say like a Minotaur, that forces you to go Purify. Oheb might not have lived that. They would have just bypassed through it, and he wouldn't have been able to space out the way he did. Now, that's another.
Pago forced to use the flicker. He's gonna lock on to JP. TNZ comes in. Deadly Magic as well, but still just not enough damage from Aurora Gaming. RWM does come down from Rosa. No final shot on the JP. Team Liquid gets away clean.
It was just countered by the quick sand guard. And we did allude to this idea earlier on, but it's not an aggressive Kaja we're seeing from Pago just yet. It's a more reactive, just taking whatever is available for the team, Kaja.
And when you have a Kaja, you need an insta-kill button. You need something to be like, all right, instantly now Oheb again up top. I don't think they're going to try to dive this, so Oheb should still be fine, yeah. But they don't have that. So, again, like, earlier the panel were concerned about, hey, what? Oh my god, what a steal there. But what are they going to do with this full HP Claude? What are they going to do with everybody? Like, they get Khalid is like, guys, okay, I guess he's just gonna go and heal.
Yeah, and that's a Claude who literally first item prioed the Demon Hunter Sword, and not even any magic defense items, not even tough boots or not even a robe. He really just wanted to go for damage. Oh, wait.
Nice grab onto Sanford. Final slash though to response, and in comes Sanji and the rest of the team in a huge sandstorm onto Aurora Gaming. Sanford is taking out the Lunar, able to get the kill. JP as well. Carl Teasy finds Lunar, but it's a 2-for-1 right now. Pagu, Rosa, Tienzi back under the tower, but a decent trade for Aurora Gaming.
Yeah, really good. At least they were able to force it slightly under the turret. Rosa, though, okay, there's no Ogi Shadow kill, so she will be surviving that. But yeah, it took a while, but at least Aurora Gaming were able to get the job done. That kill onto Sanford and JP are going to be very much worth it. And you see how the idea of forcing a fight in a place which is slightly favorable for you can actually do wonders for this lineup.
It was under the turret, so despite Sanford not being insta-killed, he was kind of forced to just go in to actually get more HP with a vengeance. And it ultimately got him to take way more turret shots than he should. And the fact that JP got a Raging Sandstorm was great. If it wasn't for Rosa, who already planted himself down with the real-world manipulation, so much damage AoE onto them. So JP and Sanford were just trying to survive, got melted down by those taps.
Now we see they are going to be positioning first in this upcoming turtle. Lunar is there too, but he's getting poked down by Sanford here. Oh, they go for the setup.
Whoa! Oh, nice RWM on Sanji, forced to flicker back as Sigiboom continues to attack onto Oheb. Oheb able to take out Lunar, and Carl dashes in with a shadow kill, but the group up saves them all together. Lunar down. Team Liquid come out with the extra win.
That was perfect from Kagu.
Yeah.
He got Sanji and still they didn't have enough damage, dude.
Yeah, this is a Jusin who is on a slightly tankier or a Brave Smite emblem, which you would recall was introduced quite a while ago or a while back, but that was just the Crimson Beacon keeping him safe there. And Kyle TZ, you cannot distract this guy. Yeah, you can't distract this guy.
I understand it now.
Yeah.
They pick up the Khalid, they see the Harley now. Shadow kill on Lunar.
Could be okay, able to respond. Back to Carl TZ. Oh, but he goes down. Licks back. Carl TZ doesn't have the range right now. Lunar is safe.
Back to the point though. I think I understand it now.
Understand what?
Wait, okay. Harley. Jumping around, right? There's already Khalid to handle it. You jump on the Harley, you win it out because you're a tanky boy. Then as you jump around to your your hat,
okay,
Hayabusa comes in. So it's like they have so much mobility that it bypasses that escape tool.
Sanford once again with a huge final slash. In comes Sanji. The shifting cloud, but it's not enough. Rosa. Oheb taken out as Oheb threads through, but Sigiboom jumps into the midst of it and takes out Sanji and Oheb. But in comes Carl TZ. The final hit on to Sanford. Sigiboom still in the back line, 3-for-1. Aurora Gaming still wins out in these trades.
Maybe not choose fights that are in those positions, that are close or near to turrets of Aurora Gaming, where Rosa can just comfortably use the real-world manipulation, because that happened twice in a row now, but it was just a lot more valuable for Aurora Gaming this time.
Yeah, maybe choose your fights better, right? Like, I know you're Team Liquid and all, you know, you're like the final boss, but you still also have to respect the enemy team, I agree. That just felt like complete disrespect. Raging Sandstorm on Tienzi.
See, magic tricks back. Out comes the RWM, and Rosa catches 3 with the shifting clouds as well from Lunar. Carl tries to come in. He's looking for the shadow kill, but he's just stuck right now. Has to dash back. Sanford's gonna be the next on the block as Carl TZ falls next. And Aurora Gaming are looking to even the score.
By the way, the shifting clouds actually brought Liquid out of the real-world manipulation, but the damage was still enough for Aurora Gaming. Lunar got a triple, and that's gonna be a massive problem for them moving forward.
And it was just complete disrespect from Team Liquid. Again, you have the mobility, but it doesn't mean you have to chase Tienzi like that. They use all their resources to go in, and they forgot completely how their composition was supposed to work. How Aurora Gaming could pick them off. Yes, they didn't have enough damage at the start of the game, but after those constant throws from Liquid, they definitely do now. Take a look at the replay again. Brother. Harley, Tienzi broke all of their ankles, and yes, they did get taken out of the RWM, but by that point, they were already so low. They were all already capped down by Rosa.
Yeah, maybe leave the job to Carl TZ to finish things off. You could just do as much as you want to bait out skills from Aurora Gaming, because essentially because of your mobility, that's what you could really specialize on. You have so many ways to just bait resources and skills out of Aurora, specifically that space escape from Tianzi, if we're just really talking about shutting down the jungler of Aurora Gaming. But the way things are going are just really not looking good for Liquid, and the gold lead has already shifted over to Aurora.
With the gold lead, it's going to be very, very scary. Like Aurora Gaming's composition, this is the lineup that we were talking about. It is very risky. We didn't get to see a lot of it in the early game just because they lack that damage, but when they have the snowball, all of those little like weaknesses disappear. Now you have enough damage, whoever you go for in the Divine Judgment, and also it acts as a distraction for Tianzi to just go over to Oheb in the back line, or even Sanji.
Not just that, but JP, this is I mean, the Khalid can be a risky pick as well, and once it falls behind like this, 0, 2, and 5, there's not much JP can do. He can bring in the big engage, but he's immediately shredded down, crowd controlled. There's not a whole lot of engage left. Now it really comes down onto Sanford to look for a big final slash or something of that nature. Team Liquid definitely needs to play all of this defensively.
I'm surprised the Divine Judgment didn't come through there. I thought they were just going to be like, all right, JP is walking over to us, let's go.
G.
Yeah.
For an angle, decides not to do it.
They want to deny this purple buff really badly. Okay, at least he gets it.
Boy, Tianzi! Oh, thank goodness he had the hat.
Out the Raging Sandstorm as well.
No, it's fine. Cooldown's very low there, right? So it's like, it's still a Sky Piercer for Carl. Did not notice. Let's take a look at the items.
Yeah, he's still slightly behind of Tianzi though, if it's just that. A bit of catching up to do here for majority of the members, but I think it's more emphasized on the EXP lane matchup. It's also mainly because of the triple kill, I guess, that Lunar did get earlier on in the top lane. But I think that's where we put a bit more importance on what Trek said about Sanford being the guy who could potentially turn things around for Team Liquid here. It's really that final slash onto the right target that could shift things a bit towards their favor.
Yeah. It really seems like for Aurora Gaming, coming into this mid-game, I thought there would be more physical defense items, but they're still going for like traditional build paths here. Even the Oracle straight for Lunar, despite not having any more healing from the rest of the team here. So again, I would like to have that Pagu.
You're gonna get pulled back. It's gonna be enough to take him out. The final deadly match to come.
Wow!
And a beautiful RWM to keep TL at bay. They claim JP for their own.
That's a ZRWM, a zoning real-world manipulation. So well played, but now two big ultimates are down, and Team Liquid might want to pounce.
LTZ still holding the back side. Are they gonna make an angle?
Okay. They might just be
Lunar!
for that. Oh.
Beautiful shifting clouds. Carl TZ's gone as Sigiboo jumps into the backside. A blazing duet from Oheb, but it is defensive. Pagu's looking for the next target, and Sanji's off the map as well. Sanford, one of the last two members standing, will not stand a chance. Aurora Gaming are taking this possibly.
Yeah, it's not going to come from Pagu. The second re-engage wasn't going to come from Pagu. It's going to come from the other members. Can be Lunar, can be Sigiboom. In that instance, definitely was Lunar. So Team Liquid, even despite the lack of real-world manipulation, couldn't really feel confident enough to look for the engage. Now they lose a base turret, and the Lord is in the hands of Aurora Gaming.
Oh my lord. And again, you see it. We were talking about it, right? What is the Khalid gonna do when you're 0-3, when you're behind? Dude, he got melted. Pagu was just like, all right, I understand. Earlier, he really should have just gone for the Divine Judgment, but he played it safe. Then they realized, wait, we can actually just burst this guy like he's nothing. Divine Judgment goes in. They all go for the damage, and even that zoning ult from Rosa to save them from a possible flank angle from Team Liquid. It was beautifully done. Aurora Gaming, after game number 3 earlier, I really thought they had forgotten a lot of what their win conditions were, but they reset so good, and now with, again, a very interesting composition. As the panel said, Tianzi just loves it.
Yeah, this is terrifying. Pagu has the Chastise Pile Drawn and also the fleeting time. So whenever they get a successful pick-off, it could be an easy round 2 for them. Worst case scenario for Team Liquid, and they have to rely on the way.
Why? Pagu? He flickered.
Oh!
Get pulled back. JP with the Raging Sandstorm. RWM is canceled. What? Clouds from Lunar. JP just can't get the kill as Tianzi continues to creep forward. But Oheb backside with a blazing duet plus the winner crown, but still nobody drops just yet.
Tianzi gonna go in. Sigiboom with the damage with the curtain call. Oheb able able to flicker out. They defend.
Oh my goodness, Immortality pickups too were there. Team Liquid had to play it a bit safe, but that was a really commendable engage that we saw from them. Nonetheless, Aurora Gaming though, they already take out 2 base turrets and that's gonna matter a lot. But we've seen Liquid in this situation.
So despite the Pagu fumble on the Flicker Divine Judgment, it is still a win. They got 2 base turrets, like Brigida just said earlier. So it's still going to be really tough for Team Liquid to handle the waves here in the side. Aurora Gaming, this would have actually been the way for Team Liquid to punish Aurora Gaming. They need to stick together, right? Now, Team Liquid, how do they handle the waves in the bottom lane while Aurora Gaming constantly look for those pickoffs? Because if TL go and split their members apart, Aurora are just going to take either the 4v5 with a Flicker, now pull yourself together, already fully stacked for Pagu, very, very quick. Even though he messed up earlier, it's already going to be up for the next fight, right? So pickoffs will always be available, and Team Liquid will need vision, but none of their heroes can get them vision.
Yeah, that's why JP has to be a bit more careful in scouting the brushes here.
I do want to say I think Aurora Gaming maybe pushing a little too hard here. Needs to still keep it slow. It's still TL that you're up against. They do gain position. They wanted that pick off a second ago, but that could have been risky, so I like the fact that they backed off, gained position over the Lord.
Yeah. I really consider who Liquid are willing to send to the opposite lane to here, because ideally it'll be Carl Teasy with a bit more of the mobility to get back somehow, despite the nerfs on the Shadow of the Hayabusa. Oheb, it's not really coupled with the Lui, so there's no easy way to go for those opposite lane manages, but this is what makes it terrifying. Look at where Tianzi and Rosa currently are positioned across the map. You couldn't just send out anyone at this point to take care of the lanes.
Chastise Polder and the Melfic gun again. It's the pick off Carl Teasy. Oh, he checks the bush, and they go for the sentry. They're able to reveal, they get that vision onto Aurora Gaming, but it's going to be down for quite a bit now, and that's another window that opens for Aurora Gaming that starts to close off for Team Liquid.
Okay, they're gonna go for JP here. Sanford and Sanji.
Oh! Wasted out, a beautiful winner crown from Sanji. Carl Teasy's looking for an angle now as well. Team Liquid making their way in. Pagu getting caught up by Oheb. Siggy Boom taking some damage as well. TNT's forced to flick back with a hat trick.
Yeah.
TL now has control over the Lord Pit.
They gotta go for it. Pagu, no Divine Judgment, RWM!
The end does come down. Pagu looking at it as well. Carl Teasy able to take the Lord though. And Pagu's shredded down, but a blazing new penalty does pop. JP in the backside looking for TNZ. Pagu there as well as Siggy Boom and Sanji in the 1v1 Lunar with the shifting clouds, but may go down. Carl Teasy taking this game into his team's hands.
JP with a double Siggy Boom?
That's a shutdown.
Wants to cut all alone. I'm not too sure about the Sanford.
Okay, uses the flicker. He catches up somehow, and the final slash too.
Siggy Boom just needs to try to buy time. Carl Teasy's there with the shadow kill. The crown comes out, buying time for his team. It's 20-second death counters for Aurora Gaming. But the Lord, the game is back into a possible Team Liquid advantage.
And again, well played. Hey, I question it. Forgive me, I was not familiar with your game, Siggy Boom. Amazing with a crown on the flicker. And now it delays Team Liquid from getting even more than they should have actually, right? 4,000 gold lead still. Pagu's gonna be up, Lunar's gonna be up. That really denied all of the full capitalization from Team Liquid. Now, Aurora can still breathe. They still have the advantage. Yes, Team Liquid, it's swinging back towards them, but they won't be able to crack a base turret open unless they get another good fight.
Yeah, and at least Pagu knows now that he has to be a bit more careful in terms of his choices.
Yep.
He has to check who has ways to actually still survive, who has the Winter Crowns, who has the Immortalities, before he actually commits.
Ooh, JP into the back. A nice final slash, but the RWM comes out. Lunar still standing. Sanford goes down first as Pagu jumps into the middle to keep Team Liquid zoned away. The Lord does crash into the base. JP, Oheb, the blazing duet in the backside. Oheb! He takes out Rosa. Carl Teasy. Siggy Boom down. Team Liquid break through the base, and it's nothing but Pagu and TNZ. Team Liquid Philippines. The cavalry rages on.